You better not ever sign a real estate contract without first making sure that these 7 elements are in that contract and they're correct. Because if you do, you could stand to lose all of your profit, if not have to pay money out of your own pocket. Okay, so today on this video, I'm going to go over the 7 elements of a real estate sales contract. All right. I'm also going to touch on a specific element of that contract that will allow us to become the bank and to buy investment properties by taking over the existing mortgage. Oh, and Happy New Year, by the way. All right. So listen, don't forget to hit that like button. And if you're new to my channel and you feel like I gave you some value, I want you to consider subscribing. All right. Or you can just be a player about it. Hit that subscribe button.
I'm a go-getter. They some go-getters. We some go-getters. Hope you a go-getter. Let's get it. I'm a go-getter. They some go-getters. We some go-getters. Hope you a go-getter. Let's get it. I'm a go-getter. Hustle to the end. We some no quitters. Knock it out the park. We for show hitters. Right, left hemisphere. That's a dome splitter. Yeah. We control our own destiny. Make moves. Cultivate whole legacy. Creative finance. Bring more ecstasy. The right ingredients. Now that's a dope recipe.
Okay, what's up, everybody? So I'm going to talk to you guys about real estate sales contracts today. All right. And understand this, guys, that one, commerce, this country, really, the world is built on contracts. Literally, it is built on contracts. We can have a contract without anything written down. It's called an implied contract. Okay. So for an example, if I come over to your house on a Saturday and I wash your car and you give me $30 for that. And then I come the next Saturday and the Saturday after that and the Saturday after that, and I wash your car each Saturday, and each Saturday you give me $30. Now we have something called an implied contract. Okay. So understand that. That is super important. Now, understanding a real estate sales contract is going to be really the difference in if you are successful, or if you're a one-hit wonder, or if you feel like you can't get into the game at all. Because understanding these contracts is going to give you a good high-level overview of what it is that you're dealing with in the contract. Okay, so super important. I mean, I can't even stress the importance of understanding real estate contracts. All right. So today, I want you guys to also know too that if you have any questions, put them in the comments, and also put where you're from. Man, I'm a small town Iowa guy. I like to know where people are from. So guys, it's 2023. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Here I am in the lab. Getting to it, man. What momentum are you bringing into 2023? All right, I'll tell you, the mission of my channel is to give people the actionable knowledge that they need to go out and do real estate deals, and then also do those deals by becoming the bank. No credit checks, no showing W-2s, proof of income, any of that stuff. And to do it a lot of times with little to no money out of their own pocket. So my question is, what momentum are you bringing into 2023? Are you in a moment of inertia, right? And what that is, when we start out doing something, say we're doing something, completely new. Maybe you're attempting to learn how to do subject to and creative financing in real estate, right? And you feel like you're not getting the traction that you want. You haven't gotten a deal yet, right? And you continue to practice and it's not working for you, right? You're not getting the results. Well, you have built up momentum. But what happens is we feel like we're not getting results. So we'll stop doing that thing, all that work we put in, all that momentum that we picked up, we'll stop doing that just to say it isn't working for us, and then to start doing something else. And that creates inertia. Okay. Inertia. We want to always be building momentum. Always. So guys, don't forget to hit that like button. Okay, hey, what's up? What's up? Kadino, hey, how's it going? How's it going? So don't forget to hit that like button, guys. I'm going to go over the 7 elements of a sales contract with you here real quick. Let me see. I got to take this banner off before I can do that. So How was your guys' New Year? I hope you guys had a good New Year. Didn't party too much, you know what I mean? Me, I didn't party at all. I hung out with the family. Actually, I was coloring with my daughter right before midnight because we let them stay up so that we could do the little Happy New Year stuff and cheer and all that good stuff. So that was my night. Today, my daughter loves hotels, so we're getting a hotel room so that she can go swimming and chill in the hot tub. Because family is the most important thing. Listen, if it's about the glitz and the glamour and the fast cars and things like that for you, that's cool. I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with that. I am not. But what's important to me is being able to spend time with my family, being able to have options when I'm spending time with them. Okay, and this real estate, creative financing, and subject to has given me those options. So every day, I am working on getting better, right? Refining my skills, understanding the things that I don't yet know, right? And getting out of my comfort zone. That is the main thing. Getting out of that comfort zone. Because if I'd have stayed in my comfort zone, well, you guys wouldn't have this information because I would have never made a YouTube video, man. If you guys go back to some of my early YouTube videos, oh my God, how embarrassing were they? Oh my goodness. Okay, so let me share the sales contract with you guys. Okay, guys, elements of a sales contract here. Let's get this thing started. So, knowing the importance of a sales contract, there are certain elements that you must have in a sales contract. All right. The first thing, and without these things too, guys, it will just cause a whole mess. It will, because we're always building up momentum. So if you got a deal, you bring the paperwork to the title company, and then the title company, they start doing their work. You go out, you try to find a buyer. Your seller, they're making plans for this sale to be completed, and so all this momentum is being built up around us. And if we make mistakes in between, well, that momentum turns into inertia, and we've got to go back and fix these mistakes. And some of these mistakes could be irreparable, right? We cannot fix them. So these are the elements. First, who is the contract between, right? We've got the buyer and the seller. Now, depending on what we're doing, we could be either or, but you've got to make sure that those two parties are in there, the buyer and the seller. All right, that's the who. Okay, the next thing is what. So what is being sold in this contract? Now, when it has to do with real estate, we have an address on the house, right? That's on the in front of the door or on the mailbox or whatever. Then you got the street. Well, that will go into a sales contract, but the main thing and the thing that you must have is the legal description of that property. And you can find that at downtown at your courthouse, whether it's the treasurer's office, the recorder's office, the county assessor's office. They'll have that legal description, and if they're giving you a hard time, I mean, all this stuff's public record, guys. But you can also go to a title company, but you've got to have that legal description. Okay, now the next thing, the third thing, is how much. You've got to have that purchase price in there, okay, plus consideration. Now, just a few days ago, I created some skill evaluation worksheets for my inner circle members. Okay, and the first one was 3 sections, had sales contract, right, and then title research and subject to information. So in the sales contract portion, it asks, the one of the questions is, what is all involved in a purchase price? And it's got your escrow, it's got, let me see what else. It's got your escrow, it's got your existing mortgage, and a few other numbers. And when I asked the people in the inner circle the question, some of them got it right, but there were others that got that wrong. So understanding what's in that purchase price is important, because the purchase price, you're going to have a few different numbers in that section. Okay, you're going to have your earnest money. You're going to have a seller finance. We have a seller financing portion, right? So if we are taking over an existing mortgage, okay, we're taking over the mortgage, and then the seller still has some equity. So we're going to pay that seller some equity, but we're going to pay it to them over time, maybe monthly payments or in chunks, whatever. Okay, that's going to be in there. That's a section. And then the amount of money at closing. that will be exchanging hands. So if we're going to give them $5,000 now, take over the mortgage, and then pay them $20,000 of their equity over time, that must be in there. But understand this: all of those numbers, all of them, we add all of those up. That is our purchase price, guys. Okay, I had to give you that. I had to give you that answer because without that, without knowing that, you're pretty much lost. Okay, so remember that all of those numbers in that purchase price section, it's one section. Those all we will it will be the accumulation of those numbers, the cumulative amount. Add those up, and that last line is going to be your purchase price. Okay, I had to get that across to you. Sorry, guys. um Hey, Kadena says your YouTube videos are dope. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. That makes me feel good. I've been working on them, boy. Woo! If you go back to them first ones, ooh, I mean, they was live in the field, but man, they were woo pitiful. But thank you, Kadena. So, purchase price. Now, the next thing is structure of the transaction. The structure of the transaction. That's that seller financing portion that I told you about, right? So, if we're doing some now and some later, that's the seller financing portion. So you'll have to have that structure in there. All right. And the way our contracts work is on the first page, we put the amount of the seller financing, right? And so let's just say it's 20,000 that we're going to pay the seller out. Well, further down in the contract, it puts the terms of that seller financing. So it'll have 20,000 on that first page, but then when you go down to, I think it is uh, um, number 14 in our sales contract, it actually has how that 20,000 is going to be paid out. So if we're going to pay it out, $100 a month over 200 months with no interest, it'll be in that section. So understanding that is what will help you get the seller financing deals, subject to deals, and to become the bank. All right. So if you guys don't have my contracts, that's okay. Now, if you're doing a deal and you get in trouble on that deal, the first question I always ask is, well, whose contracts are you using? So if it's just something that you got off of Google, this is going to be a little, you're going to be walking a tightrope to get out of that. All right. So contracts are ridiculously important, guys. I mean, the most important. Listen, the pen is mightier than the sword. Guys, there's a whole nother world that a lot of people don't even know about. And it is all with this thing right here. This pen. Oh my God, it's so powerful. The next thing though is what are your closing instructions? What day are you closing on? All right. What day are you closing on? You definitely got to know that. Who's paying the closing costs? Is it the buyer's paying all the closing costs, or is the seller paying all the closing costs? Or are we splitting the closing costs, right? Those are going to be some closing instructions. So it's important to know that because the title company or the title agent is going to want to know that, right? Closing instructions. And then when is that closing date? Now with us, we always give ourselves 30 days at least, if we can, if time permits, 30 days from the time we sign that contract to the date that we close. So that way we can go out and market that property and find a buyer and use the buyer's money, thus getting a free house. So the seventh and final is acknowledgments. You've got to have signatures of everyone involved in that transaction. Okay. So if I'm the buyer, my signature would be on there. Okay. But we always put our signature, comma, as agent. That is a different level of commerce. Okay. So that's important. But let me say this. Let's just say that your seller is married. Okay. But let's say your seller bought that house before they got married. So they feel like they own that house before they were married. They only need to sign it. Not true. Not true. You will need both the husband and the wife's signature on that. Doesn't even matter if they were married before, after, in between, during. It doesn't even matter. During. It doesn't even matter. If they are married at the time that they are conveying that property to you, well then you need both signatures, and you don't want to do that, go through all that and have to run around and all that stuff. So those are your 7 elements of a sales contract, guys. I hope that this helped you on this beautiful New Year's Day. All right. I forgot to put my little banner up. 7 elements of a sales contract. So it's 2023, guys. It is 2023. So I got a couple of things. First off, guys, before I get up out of here, I'm having the Become the Bank Challenge, January 9th through the 13th. And I'll tell you this, we are on a roll. Ooh, we're on a roll. I got inner circle students, man, getting deals. I've got people that have went to challenges, my last challenge, and they've already got people that they've got prospects that have agreed to let them take that mortgage over subject to. So what momentum are you bringing in to 2023? What are you going to do, really, truly, to cause your life to be different than what it was in 2022? Because we've got to understand, guys, that if we want to go to another level, well, that means that what we're doing at the current level that we are at, it isn't enough. I mean, and that's not a bad thing. I'm not saying that that's like a bad thing. Okay, I don't want you guys to take it like that because I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is that if you are looking to get to another level, okay, a different level, well, then you're going to have to do something different. You're going to have to do something more. You're going to have to get outside of your comfort zone. And also understand too, guys, that um, in my Become the Bank challenge right now, in the Facebook group for the people that are in there waiting for the challenge on January 9th, there's bonus content. Well, I put up the inner circle session where we were going over the skill measurement worksheet, and one of my students, you know, he hasn't created something that we like to create in the beginning before we start learning a bunch of other stuff, our power statement. And so he skipped that and he began to learn things. And he was talking to somebody, a prospect, who said they had a house and they're telling him kind of the situation. And he didn't give him the power statement because that person didn't even give him the address of the house. Like they weren't feeling, you know, comfortable, I guess. And I says, well, did you give him your power statement? And he says, well, no, I didn't give him the power statement. I haven't really worked on that. You know, I don't really know it yet because I wanted to get into the stuff and kind of learn it and know what I was talking about first. And I said, this is what I said to him. It's in the recording, you know. I said, so you took the stuff that I gave you in the order that I gave it to you in, and then you decided what order was best for you. And he's like, oh no, man, I wasn't even, I was like, no, 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 brother. I'm not saying it like that. You know what I mean? Trust me, I get it because I just had to check myself on that. Right. I had to check myself on that with some other information. When I had the whole world in front of me, I looked at it and I picked what I was going to learn first and implement here and there instead of doing it in the order of the person that had, you know, supplied me with that information. Well, this is the thing. If we are trying to get to a goal and we are trying to emulate someone's results, it's important that we listen to what they say. Now, the hard part about that is this: it is going to sound counterintuitive to us. It will feel counterintuitive. It should. It really should because we don't know. And we don't know what we don't know. But if we sit there and try to think that we know, well, that's going to be the thing, one of the main things that holds us back. And I know what I just said might have sounded like Chinese. Okay. So rewind that part. Straight up. It's 2023, guys. Let's do something different. All right. So the Become the Bank Challenge is January 9th through the 13th. Now, this is the last day. There's a link in the description of this video where you can get an upgrade to the VIP as a bonus, right? So you pay the general admissions amount, which is $97, and you get the upgrade to the VIP. And there is a ton of bonus content in our VIP members area. I'm getting ready to post a link for a personality test, the GoGetter personality test, where you answer 25 questions. You rank your feeling of that 1 through 4, right? From none at all to all the time. And then we'll tell you where you fall in that. So that way, what that does is it allows us to play to our strengths and then find someone where we are weak. Okay. So that way we can, you know, get this whole thing going the way it's supposed to. But you've got to participate. That's what the main thing is. So guys, I'm gonna get up out of here. Let me see. I got a couple of comments in here. So Kadena says, so if I get married, my husband owns my house too, even though I bought it before we got married. Absolutely, 100%. Yep. I can say that unequivocally. Yes. Absolutely. Now that, and see, there are situations, Kadena, where a person will be like you buy the house first, so you're on the mortgage. Husband isn't on it. right? You're on it because you got a proof of the mortgage. You went and got the house. You met somebody, got married. Great. You live together. Well, now that you are married, see, when you register it with the state, that's where the problem lies. That's why I told my fiance, I'm not registering my marriage with the state. We're going to get married under God, but I'm not getting married for the government, you know. But I digress. Yes, if you are married, that person has to be a signatory on the contract, on a sales contract. So that's the difficult part about divorce. Okay. Even if that mortgage is in your name, it's your house, you've been paying the mortgage, and you're about to get a divorce. Well, that house is going to be part of that divorce. Absolutely. Absolutely it is. Now it's going to be up to the judge, you know, to figure out who gets how much and what, and if you get to just keep the house and they'll quit claim deed it back to you and all that stuff. But till then, it's going to require both signatures. Absolutely. Absolutely. Hey, Ileana, what's up? I see you changed that name up. Okay. I like it. I like it. That's what's up. That's what's up. Okay, cool, cool. So, oh, Kadena says she did go back on my videos. Oh, you think they're dope? All right, cool, cool. That makes me feel good. That makes me feel good. So, guys, I really appreciate you. This is the last day for the holiday specials. If you want to sign up for the Become the Bank Challenge and get this game, we're going hard, and we always refine the system. We're always refining the system. All right. So it's important that if you even went to a challenge before and you're not taking action, come back to this challenge. Let's go. Let's go, man. Let's get to it. All right. So, guys, I really appreciate you. I hope that you guys understand these 7 elements, right, of a sales contract. All right. And I'm gonna run through these elements one more time of the sales contract. You got the who, right? Who, the buyer and the seller, the what, legal description, how much, what is your purchase price and consideration? And then number 4, what is the structure of the transaction? All right. And then 5, how, what are your closing instructions? Number 6 is the when, what is your closing date? Number 7 is the acknowledgement, so signatures of all parties. I prefer to get everything notarized. You don't have to get a purchase agreement notarized, but that's just me. I like to cross all my T's and dot all my I's. All right. So the importance of, you know, the importance of real estate purchase and sales contract, and really understanding a real estate purchase and sales contract is going to be the difference between if you are able to find success, or if you are just gonna, you know, get into this stuff and say, oh, you know, it's not for me, I didn't have success, I give up. Well, I'll tell you guys, it's changed my entire life. So don't forget to hit that like button, and if you feel like I brought you some value on this beautiful New Year's Day, I want you to consider subscribing to my channel. Or you could just be a player about it, man. Hit that subscribe button. Get your boy in the algorithm, because we're out here killing it. Go check out my Instagram, man. Even my Facebook, going nuts right now. That is what we call momentum. So let's get you some momentum, guys. All right, so I'm gone. Till next time, let's get to it, y'all.
I'ma go